Rotax made its debut in 2000. Mike Simpson won every edition up into 2004 when Stephen Lane won. Who was going to join that list there? Lewis Gilbert and George Holbrook on row number 1. Guy Cunnington and Matthew Higgins on row number 2. Row 3, James Johnson and Tom Adams, and Will Ellsworth and Ben Casely on row number 4. Darryl DeLeon and Jake Gresty on row 5. Kieran Kay and Lewis Gardner are on row number 6. Row 7, Alex Eads and Matty Hingley. Row 7 is Jack Steadman and Harry Holland. Row 9, James Lingard and Nathan Chafer. Row 10, former Cadet Honda GP plate winner Luke Wooder and Alex Hughes. Then it's Spencer Shinner and Miles Barthorpe, Tristan Rennie and Oscar Houle. That's your top 24, followed by Harrison Collins. He was a GP plate winner in juniors a year ago. Then Jack Lilly, Ben Hearsay, Josh Wilby, James Lowther, Chris Miller, Kaylee Cole, Lewis Smith, Archie Kitchen, Ed Matthews, Ryan Garvey and Josh Powlane. I think everybody has gone out. Tristan Rennie maybe not, although I didn't see why he wouldn't have missed it. But yep, Morgan Porter won this race last year, Ben Barnacote in 2019, Joe Turney in 2018. There was no City Rotax Class in 2016 or 17. It was Barnacote in 2015, Jack Bartholomew in 2014, Ash Hand doubled up in 2012 and 2013, Ed Brand, Jack Holsworth, Luke Varley, Chris Locke, the aforementioned Mike Simpson, John Boyd, David Bellchambers and Stephen Lane, your former Kartmasters champion in this class. Who's going to win this year? Lights are out, we are off and racing. 36 carts go under the bridge and 36 carts come out.
Yep, good start then from senior Rotax as they go up the hill now over the literal bridge, down the hill they go, and again, great running all the way through this field. Their third place there with the 52 of Cunnington. Very defensive from Higgins as they go in, spin in the background there. The 30's gone round. It's Jack Lilly, the ultimate R driver, got collected by 2 more, but all still keep going.
Up at the front, they come through the Fullerton S's for the first time. There's Nathan Chafer, the number 99 CRG flashing through the screen, very distinctive black and orange liveried machine. There is rather battered and bedraggled looking number 61 of Alex Eads, Guy Cunnington racing driver. Guy Cunnington, the team boss, so to speak, is up into 3rd place. George Holbrook, though, well, it wasn't George Holbrook who won, it was Harrison Collins who won last year's junior title, and he's a lot further back. Holbrook, though, he is the PF plate holder in 2nd position. 3rd is Cunnington, behind, all chasing the Lewis Gilbert. So you've had 1 British Open champion add the GP plate to the 0. Are we going to get 2?
Well, let's find out. Lewis Gilbert has had a pretty decent day. He's won all of his heats, bar his last where he finished 2nd. Only collected 2 points before he entered the pre-final. Started on pole, won that race, and then started on pole for the Grand Prix final. He leads the way. Lewis Gilbert, the O-plate for Potenza, looking like the favourite to win. But like we've seen across all of these categories, anything can happen as the 44 of James Lowther sees a technical flag.
Oh, James Lowther, they're out of the race. That is a real shame for James Gilbert. Holbrook, Cunnington, James Johnson in 4th place. Spoke to James earlier, and he's got lots of reasons. Not only is his youngest child there, just a couple of months old, watching, well, probably having a nap or having his nappy changed or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, a bit like me during the lunch break.
Yeah, I have to change your nappy all the time.
Exactly. Coming out up the short shoot now into the Fullerton S's. Gilbert, the Diamond of Dalry in Scotland, leads and pulling away. The PF plate, the club champion here, 2nd. And look at number 50 here, James Johnson. We'll talk about it maybe as the late race goes on, but James very motivated this weekend. Had an awful day Friday, I believe. Sort of salvaged a little bit yesterday and is moving forward today through the Bruno Ferrari S's. 12 minutes to go. Out onto the banking. Oh, there's the technical flag. James Lowther, yeah, the Bishop Auckland driver for Argenti Motorsport. So, how quickly the fortune changed. Argenti's cup of joy goes from overflowing down to spilling onto the floor as Lowther out the race. Jack Steadman, though.
Oh,
well,
yes.
talk about a top gear from the rear. This morning, he wasn't even in this race. Had to qualify his way from the Repechage up to the pre-final. Like Chris McCarthy said on the grid, he made it about 15, 16, 18 positions in the pre-final, and he's not done yet.
Oh, no.
Steadman, well, I mean, again, the Project 1 team, I said they ain't come to play this weekend. They come to race. And racing they are. Gerard Cox has made sure his drivers had their Weetabix this morning.
Yes, indeed, as they go through the first corner under the bridge now, you can just see Gilbert. He has got a gap, but he's not pulling away at a pace that he would like. In terms of sectors, he's struggling in the second sector. He's got the pace in the first, he's got the pace in the second, but he's struggling in the second. Here, down the inside, though, is Guy Cunnington on the PF plate of George Holbrook. Moves down. Holbrook gets on the grass and goes down a few positions. Now, Holbrook has struggled this weekend slightly. He had 12th place finish in his first heat. He had a 13th place finish in his fourth heat as well. He has struggled, but he has shown pace in today's heats. But now he is under immense pressure as he's being sandwiched by the pack. He's gone all the way down past the 7. Who's the 7? That's Tom Adams for Colt Racing, who's moved up.
Again, Tom Adams, very, very, very talented driver is Tom Adams. Multiple E-plate holder in his junior Rotax days. This is his second year in seniors. Again, he finished 7th in last year's British Championship. Again, he stayed with Coles through thick and thin, so he knows that team. And look at this, we got a 3-kart breakaway up at the front. Now we've got the Potenza Racing Tony Kart of Lewis Gilbert leading, from the Strawberry Racing Tony Kart of Guy Cunnington, and then the Dan Holland Racing EOS chassis of James Johnson. It's actually Alonso chassis. In third position, there's one of his Dan Holland Racing teammates, George Holbrook, trying to fight back. Matthew Higgins is up into 4th place. Now, James Johnson, I've got to say, Anthony, that James, he's commentated with me out in Brazil a couple of times. He's a very, very likeable person, but he's not going to be smiling now. His eyes are going to be focused, rooted squarely on the rear bumper of the Guy Cunnington number 52 kart. We've got 9.25 minutes to go. We've got a 3-kart breakaway, and we've got 35 karts still running, and the chase is on. It's like Smokey and the Bandit up here.
Oh, it is indeed, as they go up the banking now. 9 minutes remaining of this senior Rotax Grand Prix final. Over the bridge they go, down the hill. The drone picks them up, as you can see there, separated. They've got about 2 karts lengths between them each for that top 3, but that top 3, like you say, breaking away, and then the train begins. A couple of side-by-side action in the background there, but everyone at the moment, one long train forming here in senior Rotax as they go through there. The 14 on your screen, Daryl DeLeon for KR Sport. Also a tough weekend for Daryl.
Yep, the Filipino driver.
Yeah, a 14th place finish in his third, 9th, 8th and a 7th.
And Guy Cunnington is just, he's like licking his lips and just sharpening his carving knife, because he's about to dine out on the rear bumper of Lewis Gilbert's kart. He's in the crosshairs. Johnson has got to hang on now. Johnson, this is critical for James Johnson in 3rd place. Don't lose touch. He's losing the draft, but he's got to stay focused. Here comes Guy Cunnington. This is going to help James Johnson stay with the leaders. Will Gilbert fight back? Cunnington, 2019 British Senior Rotax champion, runner-up in the World Rotax Finals. Lewis Gilbert, 2018 Junior Rotax Kartmasters champion. James Johnson has a cat and is in 3rd place. See what he does.
That's just very random. There we go, 7.5 minutes plus 1 lap as the race leaders go through. A little change around, like you say. Cunnington up into the lead now as they go across the line here. 7 minutes to go. Cunnington from Gilbert, Johnson, Holbrook now into 4th place. Higgins, Ellswood, DeLeon up 2 positions into P7. Adams, Hingley, then it's Kieran Kay up into the P10.
Now, Holbrook, Higgins and Will Ellswood. Will Ellswood, the 2019 Junior Rotax Kartmaster champion, is closing in, and it's side by side. Oh, the 2 Tony karts coming together, and round the outside goes Holbrook. Here comes Johnson in the number 50 kart into P2.
Look at this.
And he squeezes He squeezes Holbrook to the inside. Oh, now James Johnson, think, he's saying to George Holbrook, think. And he's not talking about think of getting rid of that very, very dodgy moustache we saw in the grid walk. He needs to have a word with himself about that. But Johnson now, head down, chasing Guy Cunnington.
Here we go, under the bridge, they go, there. Holbrook down the inside, moves up into P2. Again, the PF plate now hunting down Cunnington. Gilbert on the outside gets the job done as well, goes down the inside, now moves up into P4.
Oh, Matthew Higgins is also now being in the number 75 down Holland car. He gets squeezed wide though by the KR Sport number 8 of Will Ellswood. Ellswood and his teammate Darrell De Leon moving into play. They have got Lewis Gilbert, who has slipped back to 4th or 5th position now, right in front of them. Matty Hingley's there in 8th place. Tom Adams is there in 9th. So anyone of 9 drivers can still win this one. Alex Eads in the Guy Cunnington Racing Kart. He runs in 10th position. Then it's Kieran Kay, followed by the number 23 of Luis Gardner for Sam Pollitt Racing. But it's now Holbrook closing in on Guy Cunnington. Yes.
5 minutes to go then.
George Holbrook is, well, he is the man with the moustache. Well, it's something approaching a moustache.
More than what I've got.
There we go. But the mighty moustache is going to the outside of Guy Cunnington, coming out of the second hairpin. No, he falls back into line. Oh. Now he goes to the lead.
What a move that was. It looked like he wasn't going to go for it, but then out of nowhere, down the inside into the Fullerton S's, gets the job done. Holbrook now, like I said, struggled in the heats, but is showing his form now. Probably saving those tyres. Out of the final corner, onto the start-finish straight. We finish lap 10, lap 11 coming up. Holbrook leads from Cunnington.
With Gilbert about 10 kart lengths back in 3rd place, and then another 5 or 6 kart lengths back to Johnson in 4th. But Johnson is now getting swamped by the KR Sport teammates, De Leon and Ellswood right behind him. James Johnson's got his hands full with De Leon, with Ellswood, and behind them is Matty Hingley, and we got another change to the lead. Oh, this is good stuff, Anthony. He's
backing everyone up into each other now, isn't it? This gives everyone the opportunity again. Cunnington goes defensive. Holbrook gets the switch over, defensive once more, tyres smoke, pours off each other as the PF play of Holbrook retakes the lead. Gilbert back into second now, Cunnington under pressure from the 50 as well as they go through. Gilbert in the lead.
Oh, wow, Gilbert started this lap out of the lead draft. He took advantage of the side-by-side moment to sweep up the inside of Holbrook going into Fullerton S's in 1 corner later. He just went, right, I'm going to send it again. Lick the stamp and send it, son.
Warning flag out to Cunnington. That could be for the defensive driving into the Fullerton S's as they go up the hill now. 3 minutes left on the timer. Over the bridge they go. Down the hill. Gilbert leads.
We have a group of 10 battling it out for Kartmasters glory. Now, we have 3 minutes to go. They have turned the wick up. Gilbert defends. Cunnington will try the crossover move coming out the Fullerton S's. Watch Cunnington now in second place, sweep to the inside. Coming down this straight, no he can't because Gilbert defends. Oh, it's on for young and old at the front here. It's game on for the final 2.5 minutes of this race. 10 karts battling for Kartmasters glory.
Let's find out who's going to come out on top as the rest of the field slice through. The camera shot there, out of the final corner. 2.5 minutes to go. It's still Gilbert from Cunnington, Holbrook. Johnson is still there in 4th, but he's having to break away from that pack. He does so indeed. The PF plate there of Holbrook all over the back of Cunnington as they go up the banking, over the bridge, down the hill they go once more. And again, defensive goes Gilbert. Cunnington follows. The PF play of Holbrook goes the long way round. He's got the momentum. He can't get the momentum. Little bit of jostling. Oh, the number 8 there of Ellswood mounts the back of Johnson. He gets back onto the track there, but Johnson's wide.
Been squeezed. Johnson's goose is cooked, sadly. And this is what we feared might happen. There they go. Hingley's off. The Project One, the Guy Cunnington race number 61 of Eads is off. Johnson went off as well. 10 into 1 doesn't go. The top three, well, I've got to say, Anthony, the top three that have done most of the leading in this race are still there, and they're now clear. Sadly, it is race over for James Johnson. Oh, that's such a shame. He came and he spoke to this morning. He said, look, my dad's, he's not enjoying his karting, you know, and his dad's always, Ian is always James' mechanic, and he goes, I come to karting to make my dad proud, and my dad's not enjoying himself, you know, which is really hard for me, so I just want to make him proud. Well, I mean, he made him proud there, and for 3/4 of the race, have to say, but up at the front, it is Gilbert, Cunnington and Holbrook. It's beginning to get a little bit tasty, and into play comes number 14, Daryl De Leon. Well, we've already had a winner with roots from Algeria today. Are we going to have a winner with roots in the Philippines today? They're 4 wide behind them going into the Fullerton S's, and there are several karts off at the first hairpin.
Down the inside goes Cunnington. He's got the inside line. More karts off the 30 and the 95. That looks a hairpin one. They're off the track here side by side as well, because Holbrook has been passed by Daryl De Leon. De Leon up into P2 now as they cross the line. Holbrook tries to fight back. It almost went P-Tong into turn 1 now. Here the battle. 20 seconds left on the timer. Last lap board is out this time. It could go to any one of these 10 drivers.
There's going to be a yellow flag at the end of this straight. So we've got one driver that is on the tyre barriers, being seen to by a marshal here. So no overtaking, single file drivers. Sorry for getting angry into that first hairpin. The yellow flag is clear there. Now they can break loose. But on the last lap, that is one opportunity gone. Here comes Daryl De Leon.
Oh, again, they're really defensive. It's 3 wide through the Fullerton S's. Higgins is out of nowhere. He's on the inside, side to side, potting there between the two of them. Higgins and De Leon there. Heavy contact, but they all get round now. Oh, my goodness me. Again, more. Oh, De Leon goes up. De Leon's out in the wall as well. Higgins is out. Holbrook's out as well.
Who is going to take the lead into the final lap? It is Guy Cunnington and Lewis Gilbert. Somehow, Cunnington and Gilbert have survived an absolute melee, but Cunnington's got a huge lead. Into third place is Will Ellsworth, and up into fourth is a Coles kart that looks like Tom Adams, and Jack Steadman runs fifth from the repechage.
What an unbelievable drive from Steadman. Like you say, in the repechage, worked his way through, got into the pre-final, and now he's all the way up into 5th place now here in the Grand Prix final. Final laps out, and it's a clear advantage right now for the, is it Cunnington who's leading the way?
Guy Cunnington, the 2019 British Senior Rotax champion, is about to win Kartmasters glory. Into the final corner, Anthony. I think he's done enough.
He could have done enough indeed, but that's a lot of tyre marks all around that kart. We'll have to find out. But out of the final corner for now, it's Guy Cunnington. The 52 plate takes the checkered flag from Gilbert and Ellsworth.
And wow. Well, Lewis Gilbert was not going to add a second Kartmasters title to his resume this weekend. Will Ellsworth sadly isn't. We look down the finishing order. Well, Adams in 4th. Steadman, what a drive! What a Jack Steadman. Well, he must have passed over 50 drivers so far to get where he's gone.
If there's a Driver of the Day award, I have to say it's got to go to that man, Jack Steadman.
Well, I have to say, I mean, Ben Casely in 6th, 7th for Edward Matthews, James Lingard in 8th, Harrison Collins in 9th, Spencer Shinner comes home in the top 10, Kieran Kay 11th, Nathan Chafer, well, he's allowed to go to the buffet and put his 177 weight back on after that one, because he's finished 12th. 13th is Oscar Hall, and it's Gresty, Gardner, Kitchen, Holland, Wooder, Garvey and Eads, the top 20. They come in, look at that, congratulations from different teammates, and I think Guy Cunnington has passed the nose cone bracket extension. Now he goes onto the weigh scales. Oh, that is a big scuff mark there, but the nose cone bracket has held firm, and he is going to go left. He's just been signaled. Yep, Guy Cunnington. is your winner. There's Daryl De Leon behind him, walking over with his T-shirt on. Is that going to be a, you know, is he just going to say congratulations? De Leon's already gone through. De Leon, he retired from the race, so he was out of the race after that one. Here comes Will Ellswood in second. There's some shaking of the hands there. There's Ellswood, Daryl De Leon shrugging his shoulders. Ah, well, that was a cracking race again. Well done, Guy Cunnington, getting a lot of congratulations from his fellow drivers there, which is good to see. That always tells you a lot, Anthony, is at the end of a race how many of their rivals come over to congratulate them. That tells you an awful lot. There's Lewis Gilbert, and well, the diamond of Dalray shone, but not quite bright enough. Now let's